we're going to have a conversation right now about college. Has college got too woke? Are some of the classes they're doing too ridiculous? You know, are you getting the same bang for your buck about college? So we'll do that. So show of hands here, thumbs up, thumbs down, raise them high. How many of you guys graduated college? Green if you graduated, red if you did not graduate college. Hold them up. Okay. Yes, yes. She's confused. No, no. Nat, where's yours?
No.
Green. You're green. You're green. No. Yeah. So college. So most of you guys went to college. Raise your hand if you did not go to college.
If you did not.
Okay, did not. Shay's still trying to figure out what's red, what's green, but you didn't go to college. Yeah. Vinny went to the Air Force.
I went to the military, but I went
Humberto, you have another one of those things for Nat? Go just throw them up this way. Yep, go ahead. Okay. So college, we're going to have a conversation about college, and is it too woke? So to help me assess the topic at hand, we're going to utilize one of the biggest stars in the world. She's currently dating Travis Kelce. She's going to be potentially known as Mrs. Kelce. I'm talking about Taylor Swift. We all know how massive she is. We know what's going on with Taylor. Breaking news about her. She just broke Elvis Presley's record for the longest standing record for most weeks atop the Billboard 200.
Wow.
She broke Elvis Presley's record, 68 weeks as a solo. This is for a solo artist. Elvis was at 67. By the way, highest ever was the Beatles, 132 weeks. So Taylor's going to have to literally do like more than another year of being at number one in order to beat the Beatles. We'll see what happens with that. But is Taylor Swift the prime example of why college is no longer worth it? Let me unpack that. Let me explain. So all this praise that we're talking about with Taylor, Billboard 200, it's landed her actually a front row seat in most universities these days, and high-end universities across the country. Schools like Harvard, Cal Berkeley, University of Texas in Austin, and University of Florida, right up the road here in Florida, are now offering, wait for it, Taylor Swift courses. Imagine going to class and learning about Taylor Swift, the art of studying Taylor Swift. College campuses embrace themed courses about Taylor Swift. Some of the courses are called Taylor Swift and Her World, the Taylor Swift Songbook, Artistry and Entrepreneurship, Taylor's version, and How to Land Mr. Pfizer.
Are you serious? That's
I added that one in there, but all those classes, all those classes.
I wouldn't be surprised if you were being dead serious about that dumbass shit.
Okay, so the courses on Miss Swift focus on Swift as a business person, a storytelling machine, and her poetry analysis. These are some of the classes that Harvard is teaching. University of Florida, Cal, Austin. Imagine studying Taylor Swift songs as part of your degree. Ridiculous. Just kind of trending in the news, if Malik could put this up, we all know that, you know, go woke, go broke. A lot of philanthropists, a lot of big donors are pulling their money out of the high-end institutions. We saw what just happened in Harvard this week, where their president of their university, Claudine Gay, resigned. We have that. Claudine Gay resigned as Harvard president. Let's get a good look at this DEI selection right there. Can we see her face?
Yeah.
Okay. She had to resign, not so much because she's like pro-genocide, but it turns out she actually plagiarized her work. I don't know nothing about Mrs. Gay, but...
and just for the record, she's not gay.
Yeah, right, Vin.
I mean, no, she has kids. She's married and has kids.
To a woman.
No, she's not.
Really?
She's not gay.
Okay. Well, the story writes itself, but I don't know what's going on here. We also saw that earlier this month, Penn president, who runs a school in Penn, Liz McGill, had to step down because they couldn't say, yeah, genocide is bad. So they're saying, hey, is genocide against the Jewish people, calling for genocide, is that bad? Hot tip to any president, any person, when on stand in front of Congress, do you support genocide of fill in the blank? Whatever the blank is, just say no. Right. Don't equivocate. Don't make excuses. Don't be like, well, it's circumstantial. Genocide, bad. Just take that stance. You'll have your job. But this is sort of just some advocacy on how fucking woke colleges have gone. They couldn't even say that. Ridiculous. We're not getting too political here, but we are talking about how woke college has gotten and essentially what's going on with there. By the way, Harvard, the bastion of free speech, of highest learning in the land. You know what ranking out of all colleges in the United States, you know where they were at in terms of colleges' free speech rankings? Pull this up, Malik. Do you know where they were?
What?
Dead last.
Harvard?
Harvard gets the worst score ever in Fire's college free speech rankings. Harvard! So if you want some indications of what's going on there in universities, talking about getting a bang for your buck, Harvard, not doing this. My opinion is that college costs more and is now less valuable as ever. Harvard.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's my question. I already asked how many of you guys went to college. Only
Yes.
one of you, two of you. Nat, you were there. You went to college. I went to college. Florida State University. Do you see Florida State University, by the way? This past week in the BCS game against Georgia?
No.
Smoked 63-3. Shut the fuck up, Seminoles fans.
Yeah.
You don't belong in the top in the Final
Don't
Four.
talk.
That's a side note right there. Go Blue. Michigan. Tom Brady, myself, my family.
It's not better
Go
than
Blue.
UCF though.
Huh?
It's not better than UCF though.
UCF?
Yeah. You know
Okay. What is that? The Hooded Knights? Scarlet Knights?
No.
Is that
It
you?
is-
It is better than my
Orlando?
alma mater, University of Florida, because they're teaching Taylor Swift courses.
Right, right.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
bingo.
last but not least, thumbs up, thumbs down. Knowing what you know now, many of you didn't go to college. I want to get your thumbs up, thumbs down. Knowing what you know now about these Taylor Swift courses, woke universities, anti-free speech, the Gaza Brigade, what's going on out there, regardless of what you think about it, it's trending in the news. Based on what you know now, is the current state of college worth it? Put up your greens or your reds. Is college worth it these days? Red, 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 red. Lauren Green, you're a lawyer. I get it. Red, 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 red. So, McQueen, tell me, why is college no longer worth it in your opinion?
I don't think it was ever worth it, in my opinion, because I have a degree and I didn't use that shit. I mean, I did, but that's why I realized it's not worth it, because you get in, like, you know, I had $60,000 of debt that I had to pay off, and then I realized they try to market it to you like you're going to have this crazy, amazing job, but you're only making a few more dollars than you would from a regular job just to spend all the money to get to the job and everything that comes with working for the job, and then you fucking hate what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people only go to college because society tells them they need to go to college. They don't actually love it. So I found it the hard way that everyone in the cubicle, you know, fucking space is like just miserable people, and I don't want to be like them. So then I was like, okay, I need to get on YouTube. So that's how I got out of it. But yeah, I don't think it's worth it at all.
Not whatsoever.
No.
Vinny, any regrets of not going to college?
Not at all. I took online because I was in the military. I couldn't.
Phoenix University?
Arizona.
Okay.
But you know, for associates for criminal justice, I was a military police. But unless you're, you know, going to be a lawyer, going to be a doctor, going to be an engineer, anybody here? When the hell have you used calculus, anything in your? No. I've never been somewhere and I'm like, okay, Timmy has 5 shirts. It's you use calculators. I mean, up to the
I
point.
like that play on words right there. Use a calculator, not calculus. Got it.
Thank you. I can use a calculator. I mean, you learn how to speak English, get to the point where you're good, and then what do you want to be? It's like, and those technical colleges, if you want to be a mechanic and all that stuff, I get it. And as I said with a lawyer, but I think the bigger picture is just the all-out dumbing down of the youth. Okay, from TikTok, from they have no chance from when they're young. Parents give them the iPad. They're just getting dumber and dumber and dumber. And then, dude, Harvard's teaching a course. Really? I mean, you guys heard it, and it's a fact. A course on Taylor Swift. What more proof do you need that it's completely pointless? When the hell are you ever going to be like, oh, wait, this person's dying? Guess what I learned about Taylor? Like, nobody gives a shit. And the just to take a quick step back at them, this fake relationship that they're in, they're not going to get married. It's all Mr. Pfizer Boy and Taylor Swift. The children love her. And whatever Taylor does, they'll follow her. They'll go to school, spend your money in the classes. I can get deeper with what she is with her tour and doing witch. She said she was a witch. She did a ritual on her stage on the Eras tour where she says she's a witch. It goes through all these, they use all these celebrities. Billie Eilish, everybody loved her, all the kids. Now she did a song called All Good Girls Go to Heaven where she's talking about the devil. And it just keeps going down. It's a dumbing down of all these children till they get to the college and then guess what they're learning in college? Bullshit about Taylor Swift. I think you don't need it.
But maybe it's not. Maybe her going to do that, maybe that's an incentive to maybe get some type of course that was kind of like a master class from somebody who's #1, like beating an Elvis Presley. Maybe this is a course where, hey, I would like to learn to be like a Taylor Swift, and I would take a course on that. I don't think it's a course for everybody to take, but if you're somebody who wants to go into music, you know, I think that is separate than like the other things going on.
You know,
I think,
great
I
point.
think it's very separate. I don't
But
think
I
like it's all together, because I think also if I'm an artist and I want to follow somebody who has a major success, beautiful, now in a relationship, whatever that relationship is, I would say, hey, that would be a good example to follow, I would assume, if that's even a genre.
Let me give you a little pushback insight. I hear you went to college. That's great.
Okay.
You know how you can learn to be like Taylor Swift?
Sell your soul.
Sing.
Yeah.
For sure.
Just start fucking singing.
For sure.
Okay? Go get a singing coach. Play an instrument. By the way, you know how you can get better at basketball? Not watching Michael Jordan videos. Get your fat ass out in the park and shoot some hoops.
For sure.
Okay?
For sure.
Like-
But if you're somebody in school and that there's people who are like good at school and they enjoy taking classes. There's people who don't go to school and they get older and they're like, hey, I want to take a class. I'm going to pay for a class and I want to take a class. Maybe I'll take this class. I'm not saying that's something I would do. I'm not saying that it's the best idea. But I'm thinking, why would somebody like her make a move like that for
Make what
kids?
move?
Make a move to go and create courses.
No.
for kids.
She's
She
not
didn't create
creating
them.
the courses.
They did it.
The colleges. It's not like she's like, hey guys, Taylor here. Welcome to my... No, they're like, how do we get more kids to come to college?
Because they know it'll
Everyone
sell,
knows the
because
college
it's
isn't
a
worth it.
finesse.
Everyone knows
That's
it's
what
more
it is.
expensive than ever. How do we get these dumb 19-year-old girls to enroll in college?
It's
Taylor Swift
course.
classes.
So what, they're using
It's all
her-
marketing. It's all bullshit. It's all PR. It's not Taylor signing these people up for courses.
I'm thinking
Welcome to my
she's
class.
like, let me curate a course
No,
for my
no,
Can you,
Nat.
Mother, can you,
No.
Mother, can you imagine that classroom of the people that are in there? It's like, anything.
Yes,
Oh
queen.
my God. I would kill myself.
I'll tell you this. I believe in supply and demand. If you guys out there in college,
That's
you want to
exactly-
get laid, just go be the dude in the one
Yeah.
dude in the Taylor Swift
Boy,
class.
I love her.
It's you and 100 girls.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know. Work with what you got. Brittany, you look like you want to say something.
I do. I think I hear your point, Nat. I do. And
I thought that was
I hear
the
your
case.
point in that it's obviously to try to market and entice kids to go to college or get their attention, and their attention is on Taylor Swift. For me, if you want to learn how she built her business and you're really that committed to education, why wouldn't you take a business course, or why wouldn't you take a marketing course
sure.
or learn
Jackpot.
to sing? And it's also very premature. I'm not taking away from her successes, and obviously she's breaking. I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
She's a machine. Props to her. I
Sure,
respect her
same,
for that.
same.
But it's a little premature to already be selling courses on somebody that is still relatively young.
Correct.
And writing her own story. And it just goes to show you it's even more than college lacking value, but this blind fandom and brainwashing that we have
Yes.
towards her, as opposed to forming our own opinions.
Brittany,
Yes.
there's going to be a lot of Swifties that they're going to come to your next show and
I
they're
can
going
fight
to
them and
come
break
after
them in
you.
half.
Yeah.
I don't care.
But doesn't she have to sign off on these things? Doesn't
I don't
she
know
have
what
to,
she has
like,
to sign off
allow
on.
them to
All I
use
know is
her
that
to like market?
No, I don't think so. I
No?
don't think
Probably
they're
collecting a
asking
check.
people to sign off on teaching courses about them.
But that's like putting someone like a Pat into a course that's teaching something ridiculous. Do they do that? Like, is that?
I mean,
like,
You know what? Let me
okay
get
with
my
that?
lawyers get back to you.
Yeah,
Speaking
let's
of
figure
lawyers,
that out.
we got Lauren de Laguna here. Now, here's what I always say. If you're going to go to law school, if you're going to go to med school, if you know what you're going to do as a career, you're going to take out the loans, you know the ROI on this investment, unless you're going to become a lawyer, a doctor, or you're doing anything in STEM, science, technology, engineering, math, calculators,
Calculator.
my advice, most people shouldn't go to college at this point.
Yeah.
Most people just shouldn't go. Guys and girls, especially girls. I know plenty of girls that go to college, they take up 50 grand, 100 grand worth of debt. They come out and they're like, yeah, I'm a waitress now. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm stripping now. You know how many girls I
Oh.
know that are stripping to pay their way through college or went to college and are now stripping? The ROI in college has been stripped. Play on words.
Yeah.
So Lauren, tell us as a lawyer why someone should go to college.
Well, your original question wasn't why someone should go to college, is whether or not college was worth the value.
Correct.
And I think, and as somebody who has a math degree and then later went on to get a law degree, I didn't know I was going to be an attorney, but just having the basis of my math foundation, I opened a lot of doors up for myself, and then I was capable of getting into graduate school because I had completed college. So it does open a lot. So there's a lot of values in the doors that are open for you. I do think that a lot of the points that you're saying make sense, though, that if you choose poorly in your major, if you waste time, then a lot of the times it won't be valuable to you. Why should someone go to college? if they want certain doors open for them, if they anticipate that they're going to be having a professional career. If you want to be an artist, then maybe it's not for you, or maybe art school is for you, but I do think that there's a lot of value in education. However, it's currently overinflated, and I've had issues myself when I was in school with the over-wokeification of schooling.
Yeah.
So.
How'd you deal with that? Hold on, Britt.
I was almost expelled from law school for a private conversation I had off campus for saying that I didn't think that I thought trans people had mental illnesses.
They do.
Well, that's just, yeah, and that was my opinion, and I said that to a friend off campus, and I almost got expelled from law school for that. So yeah, I think it's really terrible. I think it's really scary. I think that people aren't able to speak their minds, especially as someone in law school. You should be able to argue all points of view. If having a point of view is enough to almost get you expelled, it's just a very scary
I hear
time.
you. You know, they say that colleges create safe spaces, right? It's a safe space where you can't be offended. It's a safe space. I actually think it should be the exact opposite. I think it should be a safe space where anyone can feel free to express their opinion. That's the whole point of college. Harvard, the slogan of Harvard is Veritas. You know what Veritas stands for? Truth. If you can't speak truth to power, if you can't have an opinion and get canceled, okay, whatever side of the aisle you're on, here's some stats for you. Do you know what percentage of universities, liberal to conservative professors there are? 13 to 1. 13 to 1 liberal professors
Democrats.
to every one
Yep.
conservative. So, you know, Dylan Mulvaney will not come on campus and get canceled. Not happening. It's not happening. But let a Ben Shapiro come on campus. Okay? God forbid you let Andrew Tate on campus one of these days. Unbelievable what's going to happen out there. But college is supposed to be a place where conversations are supposed to happen. Discourse is supposed to happen. Dare I say it, debates are supposed to happen. So safe spaces, go stick them up your ass. Safe spaces are something where you should actually be able to say what's on your mind and challenge the norms. And that's what's going on with college. And that's why we see a place like Harvard, the #1 university in the world, they say, dead last in free speech rankings.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Not good. By the way, college, here's my, you know, they say, listen, I went to college. I'm not going to advocate you don't go to college. But what I would say is that any young person that's considering going to college, unless you know what you're going to do, take a gap year. Take a year off. You're 18 years old and you're about to go into $50,000, $100,000, $250,000 in debt. What should you do in that year? National service, community service, civic service, get a job as an intern. Figure out what you like, figure out what you don't like. Start checking boxes off your list. Rather than taking on $100,000 in debt and then coming out of college with a fucking basket weaving liberal arts degree and being like, anyone hiring for basket liberal arts? No. Nobody's looking for that job. Yeah. By the way, I want to get the panel's opinion here. How long do you think it takes the average person with student loans, assuming that someone doesn't fucking bail them out, how long do you think it takes to pay off a student loan debt? Average. Go ahead.
10 years.
10 years?
I would say 10.
10 years? Nat?
10 years.
12.
12? Anna? Hold on, guys. I'll call on you. 10?
15.
15?
20.
20?
20.
20?
15 maybe.
15?
10 years.
10 years?
10 to 15.
10 years. Raise your hand if you said 20. We have our Russian princess over here and our Hershey's chocolate kiss out here.
20 years. Yeah.
Wow.
On how long it takes. That's average.
You don't.
So you have people retiring right now. Retiring. I hear these stories all the time. I just turned 65 and I'm still paying off my student loan.
Damn.
How is that possible, bro?
Wow.
You're supposed to be saving for retirement or retiring at that point and you still got student loan debt? Thank you, next.
I do think there is like a lot of financial literacy, though. It's something that they should be teaching in high school before you take on all of these things. And there's also plenty of ways to go to college without taking on loans. You could go to the Air Force Academy or any of the service academies. You could go to community college for 2 years and then transfer. You could go. There's plenty of ways to get scholarships. You could get FAFSA. Federal government will grant your loans if your parents are under a certain amount in payment. So I don't think there's really a necessity to take out these loans a lot of times.
Listen, here's the final
It's for
point.
the convenience.
What were you going to say?
The convenience, that's what people do it.
Yeah, they don't know what they're doing. Here's what I would say. Times have changed significantly. An old way of thinking will keep your ass broke. What do I mean? It's now, look it up. I have new episodes coming out every Tuesday where it's just me talking money. It is now the most expensive time ever to buy a house. Okay? More than ever. Interest rates, supply and demand. Okay? What it costs, in most cities, it costs over $1,000 more a month to have a mortgage. So the old way of thinking is, yeah, of course, the American dream is buy a house. The American dream these days is financial mobility. I'm in Boston, now I'm in Austin. I'm in Austin, now I'm in Boston. I'm out in Miami. I'm banging this girl, I'm going here, I'm moving around. Rent gives you low overhead and high flexibility. Keep it moving, okay? It's also, combined, the worst time ever to purchase a car. A new car, an old car, a lease, used car, $150 more a month car payment than pre-COVID. So it used to cost you $600 a month to have a new car payment. Now it's $750. Okay, a used car used to cost you $400. Now it's $550. Like the game has changed. Uber wasn't a conversation 10 years ago. You know, the Realtors Association of America did a great job of saying the following: renting is just throwing away money. Renting is just throwing away money. I would argue that at this point, in this market climate, with these interest rates, when you're paying 7.5% on a mortgage, having to put 20% down on $1 million fucking thing that was worth 700 grand just a few years ago, horrible waste of money. Same is true for college. College is all about ROI. I don't care what you say. Most people don't go to college because I'm gonna learn. You know when learning ends? Never. Okay, learning, you don't go, I'm 22, I just graduated, I can stop learning now. You should be, I've learned more in the last 4 years, okay? Being with PBD and Valuetainment, being amongst you people, than I ever learned in college. I don't even remember what I did in college. Partied my ass off, Florida State, hell yeah, go Noles. But it doesn't, like times have changed. That old way of thinking that you need a mortgage, debt, you need a car, lease, debt, you need to go to college, debt, will leave you desperate, broke, and in debt. You know, they say that when you're broke, you're stupid. When you're stupid, you make stupid decisions. That's what that is. Drop mic. Whoa. If you like that one, click right here to watch the full SOSCAST. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel.